Om Sri Sai Ram. Today we shall have a session of grammar. The topic is reported speech. Here we move with these words direct and indirect speech. Conversation between two people when told to a third person is called a reported speech. Once again, I shall repeat. Conversation happening between two people, and when that is told to a third person, that is called reported speech. So, it should be conveyed to the third person. This can be done in two ways. Number one, the actual words of the speaker can be quoted. This is called direct speech. Shall I repeat once again? The actual words of the speaker can be quoted. This is called direct speech. Is it clear? Example. When an example is given, it becomes clearer. Ram told Raju, I am going to Delhi tomorrow. Here, the conversation is to be conveyed to the third person in the exact words of Ram. Once again, I shall repeat here, the conversation is to be conveyed to the third person in the exact words of Ram. Is it clear? This is direct speech. It's direct. Here, the conversation should necessarily be put in inverted commas. You have detected the inverted commas. I hope you understand. You are with me? Next option is we can convey the substance of what the speaker has said, but not in his actual words. That is, we can convey the substance, the main points of what the speaker has said. This is very important. Please take note of this, but not in his actual words. This is indirect speech. Example. Ram told Raju that he was going to Delhi the next day. Tomorrow got changed into next day. All those changes which are to take place, we will definitely give in a table so that you can understand. Okay. Now, direct speech, you are familiar with this because it is from the text. Is it not so? Fine. Direct speech, this is a script actually. Roof. I work for Marcus Ebbe. I work for Marcus Ebbe. Indirect speech. Roof said that he worked for Marcus Ebbe. You have noticed the changes. You found that the tense changed, about which also we will discuss in due course. Work, it became worked. I, it became he. Okay, and that is how the changes are happening. There is one that also in the indirect speech, introduced into the indirect speech. Okay. Direct speech. She asked him, where have you gone? She asked him, where have you gone? This is also a peculiar item about which also we will discuss in due course. Indirect speech. She asked him where he had gone. Have became had. You became he. So, she asked him where he had gone. Where he had gone. Is it very clear now? Okay. Here the sentence is no more an interrogative sentence. What is the peculiarity that you found here? What's the peculiarity that you found here? You found that the interrogation, that mark is not there, that the sentence is no more an interrogative sentence. Now, we are now moving towards learning the steps to remember in indirect speech. First one, identification. When a given sentence is there, we must be able to identify certain important items. Subject, you must identify, subject. Object, we must identify. Reporting verb. Whether it is from the point of view of the first person, second person, third person. About this also we are going to discuss in detail. Tense. Say, example is given. Ram said to Shyam, I went for a movie. Ram, subject. Said, that is a reporting verb. Shyam, object. I, that is a first person. It became, here it is not converted. It is in the direct speech. So we are just analyzing only I, first person, went, past tense, movie, object. It's very clear. One example, that's all. Now, change of reporting verb. Said. In the reporting verb, if it is mentioned said, fine, it continues to be said. Said to, if that preposition comes, said to, then it becomes told. Says to, if the reporting verb is says to, then it becomes tells. If the reporting verb has an object, said will be replaced by told. Example, I said to my friend, objective is the inverted commas. I told, said to is replaced by the word told. I told my friend that. Is it very clear? Hope you are with me. Okay. Now, replace inverted commas with that. That is another aspect when we convert direct speech into indirect. The inverted commas will be replaced by that. Example, Ravi said to Shyam. Inverted commas, something is given. Said to is replaced by told. Ravi told Shyam that. That has come. So, that has taken care of our inverted commas. Inverted commas are, replaced. Okay. Next. Change of pronoun. This is a very important area. Pronoun, but I am sure you know what pronoun is. This is only a case of a revision, but it has got great relevance to our topic and also for the proper management of indirect speech. See, a pronoun, this you know, is a word used instead of a noun. Example, listen to Rama. Listen to Rama. He is singing. See, Rama is not repeated. Rama is replaced by he. Clear? Clear? Okay. First person. This first person, second person, third person, that has got greater relevance. First person, in a reported speech, first person means I, we. First person is always the speaking person. I told him, speaking person. We told her, speaking person. It is a reporting person, speaking person, first person. Which are the examples of first person? Singular, it is I. You know that. Plural, it is we. They are speaking persons. Okay. Second person is the person who is listening. I told you. So, second person is actually you. You, it is always, the second person is always listening. You, it is a listener. First person is a speaker, second person is a listener. You is a listener. See, singular, it is you only. Before, singular used to be thou, but that is obsolete now. It is not in vogue, you can say, V-O-G-U-E. It is not in use right now. Okay, you always is a listener. I am telling you, so I tell you, listen to me, you are listening. Okay, third person is about whom the matter is spoken. The third person, he, she, it, plural, they. Ram said to Shyam, or Ram told Shyam, they have gone for a movie. So Ram is actually telling the other person, Shyam, about them, they means, which means that third person is about whom the matter is spoken. They are speaking about the people who went for movie. They. You understood the point? We are coming to that again. That is, third person is about whom the matter is spoken. They have gone for a movie, they went for a movie. So, they, about them, the conversation happened. About whom the matter is spoken. Is it very clear now? Okay then, next. Types of pronouns. It is given in a table here. That is for your ready reference. Do not worry, I can tell you all these things automatically will be used by you by force of habit. But then there is a science behind it. So we are just giving the science, that is all. Basically, automatically it will come to you. Say subject pronoun, singular, first person, I. Object pronoun, me. Possessive pronoun, mine. Second person, you. Subject pronoun. Object pronoun, you. Possessive pronoun, yours. Third person, male, he. Object pronoun, him. Possessive pronoun, his. Third person, female, she. Subject pronoun. Object pronoun, her. Possessive pronoun, hers. Third person, thing, anything. It, its. Then we come to the plural part. That is, first person, I has to become we. Me, you see, us. Mine, ours. These are the possibilities. Second person, you. Here also, subject pronoun in plural is you. Object pronoun is you. and the possessive pronoun is yours. It's very clear. Okay. Third person, he, she, they. Object pronoun, them. That is him, her, them. Then possessive pronoun, theirs. This table has to be kept in your mind while attempting the exercises on direct, indirect speech. Then in reported speech, there are certain very, very important rules. Those rules we must have in our mind. Then only we can analyze the sentence and convert that into indirect speech. You see, first person will be decided according to the subject. When I say this, please look at the board. When I say this, especially when conversion is happening, these rules apply to this part basically. Okay, this part. I, first person, like to play football. I has to be consulted with the subject. Subject will decide what person should be inserted here. Especially when first person is given in this part. I is given. So, Shyam said to Abhay. Shyam told Abhay that he, that is Shyam, he liked to play football. Is it clear? Okay. Second person will be decided according to the object. Suppose in this part, look at the board please, be with me kindly. This part, if it starts with the second person, that is you, then don't consult subject. Consult, tell me, consult the object. Shyam said to Abhay. Now, Abhay will decide what person should be inserted here. Okay. Shyam said to Abhay. Shyam told Abhay, because said to we will convert. Shyam told Abhay that he was wrong. This he was decided upon by the object. That is taken to mean a replacement of Abhay. Shyam told Abhay that he was wrong. Is it very clear? Next, third person will not change. That is one area of relief for us. No question of any change there actually. You see, Shyam said to Abhay, they are going for a movie. Shyam told Abhay that will not change. You don't have to consult third person either with the subject or with the object. You can simply put it as such. Shyam told Abhay that they were going for a movie. They are going for a movie became they were going for a movie. Now, change of tense. We are coming to that point also. Already in the examples, you located it. But I did not specify how this work became worked. All those things I did not tell. Right now, we have to discuss that. Tense changes according to the reporting verb. Very important. Reporting verb happens on the first segment. Ram told Shyam. Told, that is past tense. Is it not so? So, automatically, when we convert in the next segment, when we convert into indirect speech, in the reported speech, it should be past tense. So, tense changes according to the reporting verb. If the statement is, this is very important, this is an exception. This is an exception. I want to tell you something. You see, in English, it is so. There are plenty of exceptions. When we tell that this is the rule, immediately we will say, but there is an exception. Here, the tense does not change. That is, if the statement is universal or a habit, indirect speech, tense will not change. Teacher said. Teacher said. What is the reporting verb? Come on, tell me. It is past tense, is it not so? God is everywhere. Automatically we might think that this must be changed. Is it not so? No. Teacher said that God is everywhere because it was so, it is so now, it will be so afterwards also. So for universal truths or habits, the tense does not change. Then simple present. Now we are discussing the changes that will happen to the verb. Simple present will change to simple past. Write, writes. That will be in the indirect speech, wrote. Present continuous. That is writing. She is writing. I am writing. They are writing. Okay, all those things will be converted to past continuous. That is, was writing. Yes, she was writing. Okay, like that. You see, I was writing. Okay, like that. They were writing. Conversion. It will be in the past. So, present continuous will be converted to past continuous. Automatic. Next grade. Present perfect will change to past perfect. See, has written, have written will become had written. It will become had written. That is past perfect. Now, present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous. That is, has or have been writing. Has been writing, have been writing. Okay. That must be converted into past perfect continuous. That is, had been writing. So, has, have plus been plus writing, it will be converted into past perfect continuous, had been writing. Next grade in the tense. Then, simple past. Suppose simple past is given in the segment, first segment. Reporting verb, you see, simple past will change to past perfect. Wrote. Reporting verb, wrote. Automatically when we convert to our indirect speech, had written. Past continuous will change to past perfect continuous. You see, was writing, were writing, that will be converted into past perfect continuous, had been writing. What is it? Had been writing. Future tense, easy, will change to future in the past. That is, will, shall, can, may, will be converted in the indirect speech into future past, would, should, could, might. Then, very, very important item, that is past perfect. Means past perfect. Had is already there in the first segment in the reporting verb. In the reported speech also, in the indirect speech also, that will not change. That will not change. Had cannot be further changed. Then, past perfect. Past perfect. Okay. The past perfect continuous. Past perfect continuous. If it is given in the reporting verb. Had been. It had been raining. That in the indirect speech also will remain as such. It will not change. Past perfect continuous also will not change. Past perfect also will not change. No further change is possible there. in past perfect and past perfect continuous. Next, change of words showing time or place. This is very important. This is very important, but I am sure you know. I am sure you know, because automatically it will come to you. We have learned these things before also. So it will come, but you should know that there is a rule behind it. For that purpose only this table is provided. Here, if it is given, then it must be there. Tomorrow, if it is given, next day. There was an example which we provided earlier. Then, you see, today, that day. Yesterday, the previous day. This, that. Now, then. Tonight, that night. Ago, before. Come, go. These, those. This must happen in indirect speech. I hope you have taken note of this. This is for reference. Now, interrogative sentences, question. Direct speech, you see. They have said to Rekha, are you afraid of dogs? Here. When we convert this into indirect, we change the reporting verb. That is, they asked Rekha if she, see, second person, consulting object, if she was afraid, she was afraid of dogs. If she was, that is present, it is past, converted. Okay. So here, what has taken place? I have given here, you see, when the reported speech contains a question. When the, reported speech contains question. The reporting verb here is changed with words like asked, enquired, followed by, please, look at this, followed by the word if. So, they asked Rekha if this changes, consulted the object, you see, if she, this changed, was afraid of dogs. Next one, you see, direct. He said to me, where are you going? This is an important item. It is simple, but then it also is a special item. It's a special category. He said to me, where are you going? Interrogative. He asked me, you see, you, consulted object, me. So it became first person. So he asked me, where I are. Got changed to past tense, where I was going. Okay. What did you see here? Do you find any difference? There is a difference, is it not so? There is a difference. That is, when the reported speech contains a question which begins with words like what, which, when, where, or how. Look at this. The word if is not used. You see, he asked me where I was going. When the reported speech contains a question which begins with words like what, which, when, where, or how. If is not used. Now we come to exclamatory sentences. You are familiar with exclamatory sentences because it is in wonder how, you see. When direct speech contains exclamation, this is the mark. It should be omitted from the indirect speech. Exclamation mark will be there. In the direct speech it will be there, but that must be omitted from the indirect speech. And words like exclaimed, cried out, said in astonishment, etc. can be used in the place of reporting verb, which means that reporting verb is deliberately changed into items like cried out, said in astonishment, etc. Then exclamatory words like hooray, you see, alas, bravo, etc. shows emotions like joy and sorrow. They will be there in the text of speech. These words also should be replaced. But it is standard. Do not worry. It is standard. It will come to you. How do you do it? That's the thing. That is, say direct. She said, alas, it's grief. The old man is dead. Past participle. The old man is gone. The old man is dead. Indirect speech. She, see, reporting verb has been changed. She exclaimed, and this also has to be changed. Okay, so she exclaimed with sorrow that the old man, this also has to be changed. Is becomes past, was dead. She exclaimed with sorrow that the old man was dead. Now, reporting verb said is replaced by exclaimed with sorrow and inverted commas with that. So, what has taken place here? The reporting verb is replaced by exclaimed with sorrow and inverted commas. They have been omitted using that. Using that. Clear? Now, this is another item. This is another area, a special category. There are always so many special categories, you see. And by use, we will get used to them, that is all. By practice, not by learning the rules of grammar. Never. It has never happened. By automatic use, through practice, it falls in place. That's all. You see, if the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, very important, the tense of the verb in the reported speech will not change. Whatever we have said up till now is rather reversed. That is, the tense of the verb in the reported speech will not change. We say when, tell me, when the reporting verb is in the present or future tense. See, example, direct. He says, it is a fine day. Says, present tense. Indirect. He says that it is a fine day. When that was introduced, that is all. Points to remember while changing a sentence to reported speech. All these things we have discussed. It is a recapitulation only. Identification must be there. Subject, reporting verb, object, first person, all those things we discussed now. Okay. Change of reporting verb, replace inverted commas, change of pronoun we discussed, change of tense we discussed, change of words showing time, place, one table was given, change of interrogative sentences we discussed, change of exclamatory sentences, reporting verb in present or future tense. Now we come to the last part, assignment. Change the following sentences into indirect speech. Number 1, Sudha said, I am going to read a book. Raju said to Raj, it may rain this evening. Anila said to Megha, I am leaving tomorrow. Wise men say, God helps those who help themselves. He asked, Tim, do you have an answer? These are the assignments given to you. And I must tell you that, you see, you will have another session where we will come up with lots of exercises. And in those practice sessions, you will definitely identify automatically all these rules of the game. And you will be very happy with that also. The only thing is practice. So we have another session for this reported speech. Okay, that session is due and please await that session. Until then, thank you very much.